All right, so what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, man. It's your boy. And for this video, I wanted to give you guys my first impressions on Scream. Now that I've built her up on my own account, no APK, none of that nonsense, right? So, Scream is a free-to-play character that you can build with your Shadowland selectors, but should you be building her is the question. Especially considering last month we got a really good free-to-play character in Scarlet Spider who has amazing damage, decent survivability if you know how to play him with a heal, iframe, and on top of that, Scarlet Spider will buff all Spider Sense characters, right? So very good character. And then we have Scream, a character that has really good DPS, but it is very difficult to keep her alive. Bosses will literally one-shot her, and if they don't one-shot her, they'll pretty much two-shot her because for whatever reason, she is the only symbiote in the game as of me making this video that cannot heal themselves. Doesn't make any sense to me because the birth of Scream came from her being healed by her symbiote. If you read her bios right here, right? So it doesn't make sense. Like the devs wrote this bio, right? Which is comic book accurate. So how they thought it was a good idea to not include a heal in this character's kit, it doesn't make sense, right? Because of that, she is probably going to be overlooked by many players, and rightfully so. We have so many characters in the game, so many of them better than Scream. So it's unfortunate that a lot of you guys have been waiting for this symbiote to come to the game, and she's here now. But realistically, the only place you're going to use her in Shadowland. That's it, right? She has good damage, but she just doesn't stay alive well enough to be a character that is worth investing past this point, right? I didn't even level up her 1 and 2 skill because they're not very useful. The third skill will give you defense down, so I leveled that up. He has a guard hit, and it does damage because you can cancel it off and still get the damage and the defense down. The fourth skill gives you a decent attack buff, quite decent in fact, right? 50% all attack and all defense, but don't let that fool you. Her defense is not going to protect her very much. She is still going to be very fragile. On top of that, you get 50% crit rate, so it is very easy to max out her crit rate. You don't need to give her any urus or none of that. And then her fifth skill is her most powerful skill. It does the most amount of damage from what I've seen, and it also offers her invincibility. You would think with invincibility, iframe, and a guard, she would be good, but no, they don't last long enough. The skills don't chain together well enough. Maybe if the cooldowns were like 2 seconds shorter, everything would be perfect, everything would be kosher for her. But unfortunately, what I've found to be the case so far, right, is a character that is very good offensively, but there's not enough defensive capabilities there to make her worthwhile long term. Like if the fight only lasts for like a minute, Scream, perfect. Anything longer than that, you're on borrowed time. That's just what it is, right? So I'm going to show you guys how she performs with the build that I currently have for her. And just like how I've been testing out Venom and Gwenom or Gwen Stacy without any urus for the most part, I'm going to be testing her the same way as well. All I've done is given her a couple skilled cooldown urus and one for ignore defense because I wanted to max out these two stats. And then we went ahead and we maxed out her critical damage by giving her, as you can see, crit damage, dodge, and a 180 proc, just like I gave to Gwen Stacy. Well, I think I gave her crit damage and ignore dodge, something like that, right? She doesn't need the crit rate because once she busts herself, she's going to be well above the cap. So I just wanted to give her as much crit damage as possible. We have 122 for the attack speed, which is pretty good. I wanted to give her as much dodge as possible, to be honest, so we can at least dodge some of the incoming attacks, and hopefully that will be enough to help her stay alive. If they wasn't going to give her a heal, I said this on APK, but they should have at least given her like 35% guaranteed dodge to go along with the guaranteed crit rate, because she does look like she has the potential to be a very heavy hitting character if she ever gets a uniform that gives her a heal, right? Because the skill damage and bonus damage is very high here, and then she has a fat attack buff down here, right? So it's unfortunate that I'm saying these things, but I feel like this is where you're gonna find the most use for her. And this is an entry mode. Ooh, can she even do this? Actually, no, she cannot. Let's skip this. It's a shame to miss out on that because I could use it to get through. What am I doing? Hero, villain, fat fingers. I could use that entry mode to get through Shadowland faster, but it is what it is. Let's try her out here and see how she does, and then we'll jump into some world boss stuff. So we're gonna go 3, 5, 4, and hopefully that's enough to kill these guys. Very good damage. Very, very good damage. I didn't even... Let's see that one skill. Anyways, let's go back into the actual rotation. So yeah, very good for Shadowland, okay? Very, very good for Shadowland, but besides that, you'll see for yourself. So we're gonna jump in. First place we're gonna test her is against Quicksilver, because if you ever wanted to know how good a character is defensively, play them against Quicksilver. Why? Because Quicksilver is going to expose any weaknesses that you have in your like iframe. Like if they're full iframes or not, he's going to cancel them out completely, and you're not going to be able to rely on invincibility or immunity or a guard to protect you. So you just have to have a really good damage to wrap up the fight really, really quickly, or really good survivability to heal up from all the abuse that he's going to inflict on you. So he's a very good boss to test your character against. So let's jump in. We're gonna go with full ignore dodge strikers. Does she even need? I think she has the symbiote tag, right? So I think she has 10% natively, yeah, from this tag right here. But still, we'll go with 5, or maybe we'll go with 4 and then throw in Venom. But the thing about Venom is what you guys also need to be aware of, right? Is because Venom now has this uniform. When he pops in as a striker, he's applying defense down. So if you're using a character that has defense down, be very careful that their defense down effect is actually either lower than his or the same as his. Because since he stacks it up to 50%, if you have a character that stacks defense down up to greater than 50%, it's going to conflict with Venom. So you might want to change his uniform back to this one, because in this one he doesn't apply defense down when he drops the heal. Now because for her defense down stacks up to 50%, I don't have to worry about that. So you guys just keep that in mind, okay? Let's just jump in and see what happens here. So moment of truth. Is Pietro just gonna kill us in one shot? We're gonna go 3, 5, 4. Okay. Whew. Whew. It's hot up in the 6, boy. Let me go get these. Who turned off the lights, fam? Okay. We're in some trouble. And Venom did not drop me any symbiotes to save my life, fam. Whew, whew. We touched that, we touched that. We like those. If the cooldown on her skills were a little bit better, I think she would be safer. I know for sure. Oof. One more try, guys. One more try. Round 2, boys. Round two. So he's gonna throw out those. I could use She-Hulk. I should use She-Hulk. Oof. So her third skill just got completely canceled out there. So we didn't get defense down from her, but we got it from Venom there. So it's a plus. The defense down from Venom is a plus. It's a positive and a negative at the same. Well, it depends on the character that you are using. Like if your character doesn't have defense down, using the Venom uniform to give them a little bit of defense down will bump up their damage output. But if it's a character that has greater than 70%, greater than 50% rather, defense down, then you should not use this anti-venom. Well, you should use the anti-venom uniform instead of this new Venom uniform on them. because that's just gonna lower your overall defense down when he strikes for you. This Eye of the Abyss thing is annoying. It's annoying. But I'm not gonna choose an easier stage for her. I'm gonna put her to the test. Come on, how far can you get him before you bite the dust? Oof, 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 oof. All right, boys, so round 2 is looking better than round 1. We survived the onslaught of Pietro, the hot dog eating savage. But how much further will we make it before he claims her soul? Her movement speed is very good. Come on. If her 1 or 2 had like a small iframe, man, like at the beginning of those skills, we could make those work. Oh wow, we got killed. I didn't even realize we got clapped with the quickness. Yo. Okay, so she survived longer than I thought, but she did not pass the survivability test. Okay, so let's go try her against Corvus, another boss that will test your survivability, because any gaps in your skills is a setup for him to basically stab you and have you bleed to death instantaneously, right? So we're coming over here, same set of strikers pretty much, but we're coming in with She-Hulk this time and no Taskmaster. Give her Shuri to bump up her damage and survivability at the same time. So let's see, let's find out, boys. Like I'm saying, she's not the worst character in the game. Don't get it twisted. But oof, oh, I missed the proc there. Unfortunately, I should have canceled that sooner. Oof, 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 oof. Oof, that's so, ooh, the strikers pushed me out of the way still. That's dope. All right. Come on, She-Hulky. I still mean to get She-Hulk to 70. I've just been forgetting. There's just been so many characters getting stuff lately that I completely missed that proc. Shut up and focus. This is not about She-Hulk and the fact that you like them thick. You like them chunky. Okay, let me stop. Let me stop. I got problems, boys. Somebody help me. So she's doing better against Corvus than she did against Pietro. Like I said, Pietro really will test the extent of your survivability for any character, right? So I know most of you guys, you're not gonna play Pietro on the daily, but if you ever want to find out just how tanky your character is or how like good their survivability is overall, play Pietro a couple times and you will see so many gaps in characters' iframes that you thought were full iframes, because you just completely shut them down and completely cancel out everything and just make your life a living hell, right? All right, so we just do that. I think she should be fine because her movement speed is very, very good. Ooh, really? That's unfortunate. Oh, come on, that's unfortunate too. No. Wow, I keep missing my procs, man. All right, let's just do that. Let's not get her killed. I've missed a couple procs, and that's on me, not on the character, because her procs are very easy to land. Because it's literally just 3 cancel 5. I'm just waiting too long. Oof, 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 oof. All right, we go 3-5. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So you see that the damage is there, man. If she just had a heal on her third, I think maybe they leave that open because they have a plan. There's multiple characters that's been Scream. So I feel like the fact that she doesn't have a heal is a setup for a uniform for her. Oof. All right, I feel like that's a setup for a future uniform for her because we have Andy now, right? And Donna has been Scream as well. So yeah, we could see like Donna as a uniform for her. So maybe that's what they're doing, okay? Can't put anything past these guys. Ooh, that's bad. Wow. Okay, chill. Chill. Whoo, Shuri. Can't wait for a Black Panther uniform for you if I'm still able to afford it. Ah, come on, these little mobs, they're so annoying. Okay, so we're back up to almost full health, courtesy of Lord Venom, the ultimate god tier striker. Missed my proc there again, because I'm an idiot. Idiota. Get off me. You guys can't keep up with me. Oop. You were saying? Compadre. Okay, so we definitely got the 50. And I think we got it better than this. Like, we could have done it way faster than this. All right. So it will take some time to master playing her, but damage-wise, she's decent, right? Damage-wise, she's decent. She's not on the level of Scarlet Spider, like I've been saying. Like, Scarlet Spider is definitely better than her, damage-wise, and possibly survivability-wise even. Where is my guy? Did I not? Okay, I didn't get into 70. So, yeah, if you didn't build Scarlet Spider, because I know lack of resources and stuff in the game lately, if you haven't built Scarlet Spider, I think overall he's a better character. So I would say go back to him, build him up, and then if you want to, you can come back to Scream. But yeah, that's just my 2 cents. For now, I will do a future video on everything that is in this update. This is just a first impression for her, and I do think that the heal is really gonna make it so that a lot of people skip over her. But damage-wise, she's decent. I'll catch you guys. Peace.